Are you thinking of moving to the Ann Arbor area? Our neighborhood tours will give you insights into lots of different price points and different neighborhoods that might meet your needs. Of course, there's much more to the community than just the houses, and that's why it's consistently rated one of the best places in the country to live. We'll talk about those things too. I am a townie. I grew up here from kindergarten through a degree from the University of Michigan, and then I stayed here. So you'll be getting the inside view from a true native. If you stay until the end, I'll be sharing one of the best kept secrets of this side of town that you don't want to miss. So let's get started. If this is your first time on the channel and you're interested in knowing more about Ann Arbor and what it's like to live in the Ann Arbor area, subscribe below and be the first to know about the ever-changing market here. I'm John Boyd with a Home Buyers Agent. Our office loves helping people like you make Michigan your home. Our contact information is in the description below, so whether it's going to be 2 weeks or 2 years, feel free to reach out and connect. For today's tour, we'll be talking about a neighborhood referred to as Millpointe. We don't really understand why it got that name because the legal name for the development is Streamwood. And the main road leading into the neighborhood is called Streamwood Drive. Even online, we see it referred to as Millpointe-Streamwood. But for our use, we'll just call it Millpointe because that's what the sign at the entrance says. It's a very popular and practical choice for homebuyers looking to be close to Ann Arbor, but still live in a modern home with modern layout. If these same homes were in Ann Arbor, they would be valued at about $125,000 higher. Now, looking at our map, Millpointe is located in Ypsilanti Township off Merritt Road and Whitaker Road, south of Ford Lake and I-94. The neighborhood's location works really well for commuters. Downtown Ypsilanti and Depot Town are 10 minutes away. Ann Arbor is about 25 minutes away, and I-94 is accessible in like 10 minutes to get to wherever you're needing to go. And there are a bunch of major employers nearby, including University of Michigan, Eastern Michigan University, 5 or 6 hospitals, and even Detroit Metro Airport is about 25 minutes east. Whitaker Road nearby provides shopping and dining options, including Kroger, CVS, Tim Hortons, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Ford Lake Park, also close, offers boating, fishing, and trails for recreation. This neighborhood has ranch, 2-story, and bi-level homes, a lot of bi-level homes. The term bi-level is kind of self-explanatory. Note that in some areas of the country, these are called raised ranches or split-entry homes. When you go in the front door, you're entering halfway between the top floor and the bottom floor, split entry. Or another way to think about it is if you built a ranch home on a basement, then lifted it out of the soil by 5 feet. This allows you to have full-size windows on the lower floor, and that's how the raised ranch label came about. Understanding recent changes in appraisal standards is important for buyers eyeing these properties, for those changes directly impact appraisal reports for buyers using a mortgage. And here's a bit of a background. Recent updates to residential appraisal standards used by mortgage companies have significantly changed how bi-level homes are evaluated, focusing on the calculation of gross living area. As of April 2022, lenders require appraisers to use a new standard for measuring single-family homes. This shift has introduced stricter guidelines for defining above-grade and below-grade spaces, directly affecting the valuation of bi-levels. Bi-level homes, characterized by that split-entry design with a partially above-ground lower level, have finished living spaces on both levels. Historically, appraisers in our market have included the lower level's finished area in the gross living area if it was finished comparable to the above-grade spaces. However, new standard now classifies any level with any portion below grade as entirely below grade, regardless of its finish or accessibility. This means the lower level of a bi-level home should be excluded from the gross living area
and reported as basement space, even if it contains bedrooms, bathrooms, or living areas. This change can impact a bi-level home's appraised value, as above-grade square footage is valued higher than below-grade space due to factors like natural light and accessibility. For example, a bi-level home previously reported with 2,000 square feet of gross living area might now show only 1,100 square feet above grade, with the remaining 900 square feet classified as finished basement. While appraisers can still account for the value of below-grade spaces in their reports, these areas typically contribute less to the overall valuation, potentially lowering the appraised value compared to the old standards. Although the change occurred a couple of years ago, most assessors' data and most of the listing data we see in this neighborhood still adhere to the old standard. So the listing agent will usually describe their home as a 1,600 square foot home, and the appraiser reports it more accurately as a 950 square foot home, with a balance in a basement. Since our office is focused on protecting home buyers, we would like to bring this discrepancy to your attention.
Now, one important thing to think about with bi-levels is that in traditional bi-levels, the lower floor is mostly below grade, with just the windows above grade like we see in this photo. You see the front porch is just 2 steps up from grade level. Most of the bi-levels in Millpointe are 5 or 6 steps up from grade level to the entry. The lower floor is maybe 1 or 2 feet below grade in some cases. Often they're below grade in front of the house and actually at grade in the back of the house. So appraisers and assessors might consider the bi-levels in Millpointe just a 2-story house on a slab foundation as opposed to a bi-level home. If an appraiser considers them 2-story on a slab, then all the lower floor square footage would be in the gross living area. We'll see how this goes in the marketplace.
Now, back to the neighborhood. It was developed starting in the mid-1990s by Gabriel Homes, and homes typically range from about 900 square feet, based on the new standard for bi-levels, to 1,300 square feet for the common ranches, to about 2,400 square feet for a few of the larger 2-story homes. They all have attached garages. All the homes we've helped buyers with have had 3 or 4 bedrooms and 2 or 3 bathrooms. There are about 200 homes in the neighborhood, and between 15 and 20 homes in the neighborhood sell every year. All the ranches have full basements, and I believe all the 2-story plans do also. A lot of the basements are finished. Do-it-yourselfers did most of the basements, and most are not done to building code standards, but that's a story for another time. Most properties have primary suites and vaulted ceilings. Some are near ponds or the creek, which features a walking trail. The lots are reasonably sized, and many homes have fenced yards, making it a very pet-friendly neighborhood. This year, we're seeing values between $325,000 and $450,000 range, offering a cost-effective option in our Washtenaw County market. Millpointe feeds into the Lincoln School District with nearby private options like East Arbor Charter Academy and Arbor Preparatory High School. Daycare facilities can be found a short drive away, and the Homeowners Association maintains the ponds and trails, and they seem to do a good job with that. 2 other interesting things about the bi-level homes. First, since bi-level homes typically have 6 or 7 stairs leading up to the front porch, they may not be a good choice if you have family members or friends with mobility issues. With the other styles of homes, you have 1 or 2 steps into the front door. Second, the builder offered a couple of different bi-level plans, and some have overhangs where the top floor sticks out a bit over the lower floor, like you see here. That added square footage at a very modest cost to a lot of these bi-levels. This often explains one of the discrepancies we see when reviewing square footage numbers in the comparable sales data with you during preparation of a purchase offer. So to summarize, Millpointe significantly more affordable than Ann Arbor neighborhoods, and Ypsilanti Township's lower taxes are also helpful on the budget. The neighborhood's got lots of amenities, modern designs, and it's reasonably priced, making it a solid option for our buyers prioritizing value in the Ann Arbor Ypsilanti area.
Now, for a best-kept secret, just about 5 minutes away is the Rolling Hills Water Park. This is a summer hotspot for families, especially families with young thrill seekers. It's usually open from noon to 7 p.m. from Memorial Day to Labor Day in the fall. This water park offers a variety of very wet attractions. There's a large wave pool, a lazy river, and a bunch of different water slides, including a 160-foot speed slide and a couple of long twisting slides. The park also has a shaded seating area sun decks, and a concession stand. So comment below if you know about the Rolling Hills Water Park.